From awards to division winners, the FBT team take a shot at predicting storylines that could define the season. Today, we're taking one last stab at predicting what's going to happen in 2024. But we're not giving you the same boring old, most likely scenario-type predictions today. No, today is our chance to plant some flags and to make our boldest calls of the preseason. We're going for accuracy the rest of the preseason, but today, we're giving you our most outlandish predictions that we think might still come true anyways. I've got bold predictions from the whole FBT staff today, along with award predictions, division winners, and our official, locked-in World Series previews. We'll get a bunch of the stuff you see below wrong, that's the nature of the exercise. But, what we get right? Well, those might just be the storylines that define this season. Happy opening day. Chris Towers season prediction 3 fantasy bold predictions. Oneil Cruz finishes as the #1 SS in fantasy. Cruz would probably need to cut his strikeout rate below 30% to have a chance for, say, a .270 average, in 276 plate appearances across 1.5 months of MLB games and 2 springs since September of 2022, he's struck out 27.9% of the time. That's not proof of anything, but it's a nice start. He probably needs a ton of volume, which he'll get as the leadoff hitter for the Pirates. Even in a mediocre lineup, their leadoff spot got 743 plate appearances. And he needs to both hit for power, which we expect, and run a decent amount, and it's the latter that is hardest to project. But Cruz's 162-game pace as a major leaguer has seen him hit 31 homers with 21 stolen bases, so it's certainly possible. Could he push to 35 to 30? Could he score 110 runs? That's all within the realm of possibility, kind of like a supercharged version of Francisco Lindor. This was one of my bold predictions last season, but that fractured ankle 9 games into the season got in the way. We're going back to the well. Jesus Luzardo is not a top 3 Marlins SP in fantasy. I don't really have anything against Luzardo, but every time it got to the part of the draft where it's time to take him, I could never quite bring myself to pull the trigger. He's a good source of strikeouts, but he also has a long history of injuries, and 2023 was the first time he's ever thrown more than 125 innings, so that's not a bet I want to make. But this is also as much about the presence of a whole bunch of intriguing, but flawed, pitchers on the Marlins roster. Will it be Eury Perez, making a return from elbow inflammation in April to become the ace we hoped he could be? Could it be AJ Puk dominating in his return to the rotation with a killer 4-pitch mix? There's plenty of intrigue surrounding Trevor Rogers, Max Meyer, and Ryan Weathers, plus Edward Cabrera and Braxton Garrett, who are projected to be back sometime in April from their shoulder injuries.